So today is Independence Day or whatever. And Emily just won her class contest for her class.
Oh, that's amazing.
No,
That's
she's so,
awesome.
yeah, awesome. Right on. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Build It with Chris. What is up, Amy? Good to see you. Hope you are doing amazing. And all the cool kids are here. Lue sneaking in the back door. Holden, good to see you. Greg, good to see you too. Matthew, good to see you. Man, I love your backdrop. That's awesome. Right on. Kimberly, Dave Fox, I see you are supporting a team for a sport. That looks
Yes,
awesome.
go sports.
That's that was the official nerd conversation. That boy,
Yes.
that takes me back to high school. Awesome, right on. Well, it's great to have everybody here. Jeff, good to see you. And Matthew, my backdrop. Yeah, that's awesome. That is
It looks like it could be one of those ones that you have.
it totally does. That's super cool. Okay. Oh, and Kristen's here. Welcome, Kristen. Good to see you. Right on. Okay. So we're going to get right into it. Unfortunately, we're short on time for Build It with Chris today. So we're just going to get right into it. And no fun. We're not going to have any fun. We're just going to work really super duper hard here. That's it. That's what Friday afternoons are for, right? Just grinding. I'm kidding. Amy, I'm so jelly of your cup because mine's empty. I'm straight out of coffee.
I was just thinking this morning, I'm so happy. I have my homemade latte. It's
Oh,
pumpkin spice,
oh.
and I'm sitting at Build It with Chris. It couldn't be a better Friday.
Well, I can think of a couple things that you might enjoy more than Build It with Chris, but I'm just kidding. All right. Well, good to see you, brother. And Amy, thanks for being here. And thanks for being a leader in the community as well. It's just amazing to see the things that you're doing. Oh my goodness, Dave Fox. Okay, we got to do it. We got to do it. This is our inaugural Build It with Chris t-shirt giveaway. Dave Fox, my man, you just got yourself a loan officer AI CRM
All right.
t-shirt.
I am so happy. Yes, go team.
Everyone's going to change their backgrounds.
But please stop. Please stop.
All right. I'll give you something a little more appropriate here. Let's see, something like that maybe.
There you go. That's amazing. That one comes with a shirt and tie though. That's Beth Shepard's background. That's hilarious. That's awesome. Okay. Let's get to business. Let's get to business. That's amazing. But seriously, Francis, we got to get Dave's address. Let Ashley know the first inaugural t-shirt is is in the mail. Okay.
That's awesome.
We are talking about something that is okay. So for the recording, Francis, you got the recording on? Yep. Okay. Welcome to Build It with Chris. We are going to be talking about one of the not known about, but arguably most powerful ranking strategies that exist to help get you more customers from Google. And we have discovered that this is also one of the fundamentals to getting you recommended by artificial intelligence. So we actively have clients in multiple marketplaces that are funding deals from ChatGPT. So this is people that are going to ChatGPT, doing the research, using it to find the property and the real estate, but then going back and using it to find their lender. People trust AI so much, and the answers are so good that they're leaving Google in the dust and they're using these AI engines to determine who they're going to do business with. This is the future. Like the mortgage business will always be built on referrals, and your past customer database and your realtor referral relationships, I believe, will always be number one, right? So we're not saying that we want to stop doing that. In fact, we want to double down on it, right? But if we're going consumer direct and we're looking for the highest quality consumer direct leads we can possibly get, this is it. This is not buying leads. This is earning referrals from Google and ChatGPT. It is my belief that the leads that come in from recommendations from AI are going to be just as good, if not higher quality, than referrals that come from real estate agents. I think we're going to see the closing ratio on these leads be ridiculously high. The best numbers that I've got on the Google side of things is 17%. So of our clients that actually track the phone calls that we generate for them and they track the closings from those inbound phone calls, the number is roughly 17% of the phone calls that they get from Google Fund. Last week, we had a client that got a filled out mortgage application, like with everything in it. They'd never spoken to the client. It was literally, they went to Grok, asked Grok all the questions about the mortgage product, what mortgage lender was the best lender to help them with that product in the local marketplace. Then they asked the AI for the application link. AI went out, found the application link off of their website, delivered it back to the client, and the client filled out the application without ever talking to the lender. That's the type of authority that artificial intelligence has with these clients. They will legit just follow a link and put all of their information in on an actual mortgage application form. What we're going to talk about today is the fundamental trust layer that you have to have in place for your online digital brand in order for AI to feel confident enough to recommend your business to new clients and new customers. So that's what we're going to go through today. And we got to rip it really quick because we've only got about half an hour. So we're going to get right to it after our first insightful question from one of our most handsome members, definitely in the top 42 most handsome people on this call right now, Mr. Jeff Younger. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, that's nice. There's only 41 people here. I'm not sure if that's... Oh, 42. There you go.
We lost one because of the bad joke.
That's right. Hey, if we go and do it on ChatGPT, do we have to go do it on Grok as well, or do they kind of feed off each other?
They feed off each other.
Okay.
And they're all learning from the same base layer of information because they're all stealing from each other. Let's say borrowing or learning might be a better phrase for that. But as each large language model evolves and they release these models, they're all learning from each other. So they're all basically learning from the same knowledge base that they're taking from, but then they all look at that data a little bit differently to interpret the results that they're generating from it, which is why we're going back to the fundamentals and doing what we're doing, which is your website. So your website is the foundation on which everything that you build on the internet sits on top of, because it's where all roads point in order for your authority to be built with the search engines themselves and the large language models now. So if we think about traditional SEO, so I sent out an email this week that listed all of the markets where we have mortgage lenders in the top 3 on the front page of Google. I don't know if you saw that, but it's a pretty comprehensive list at this point. I think we've got like 32 major markets across the United States where we're ranked top 3. Well, where our clients are ranked top 3, but we're the ones that are doing the work in the background. We've got Seattle, Washington. We've got Tampa, Florida. We've got 2 rankings in 2 different major meccas in New York, like some really, really competitive places. And this is where I'm getting all this research from, is what we're doing. And we're just, every day we're out there just poking the search engines and poking AI to see what comes out and what actually works. And what we've discovered is that your website is always where it ends up at the end of the day. Like as soon as you transition from researching just like, hey, I'm looking for a mortgage lender, to, hey, this is the type of property, here's who I am, I want to get a mortgage. Oh, well, because you're a veteran, you should be researching a VA loan. Or because you're an investor and you're looking to do a fix and flip, you should talk to a mortgage lender that specializes in fix and flip loans. Like the AI is smart enough to know the client, to ask the client the right questions to determine what type of property they should be buying, what type of loan type they should be using, and then it recommends a mortgage lender specific to that. So this works for jumbo, it works for reverse. I get worked up sometimes when I think about the mortgage industry and what's coming, but if you're not almost every single day putting some type of prompt to generate authority for refinances in artificial intelligence in your state, you're fire hosing future money down the drain. Like absolutely, positively, every single one of you should be teaching AI that you are the refinance expert in your local marketplace, and you help homeowners determine how much equity they should be accessing in order to successfully process a refi. Like if we look at what the forecasts are from the MBA and Owen Lee on Breakfast Club, I think, what are they saying? Like 4 to 5 rate cuts next year. They're looking at potentially coming to the marketplace. I think that was the most recent forecast that they said. Somebody, y'all are the mortgage experts. I'm the marketing guy. Help me out in the chat. Is that what they're forecasting? Walt saying yes, roughly. Let's just say incoming rate drop, potentially, right? How many consumers are going to consult artificial intelligence before they go to Google or before they actually pick up the phone and call a mortgage lender? I would say probably half of the market is probably going to do some form of AI research into a refinance and what the numbers look like before they pick up the phone and call a lender. Who's going to own that space? I'm in it every day. I cannot see a single national player or anybody in a local marketplace that's doing heavy, deep influence with artificial intelligence to get recommended for refinances. I think it is arguably one of the most overlooked direct-to-consumer plays for the next year that's happening right in front of us. And so in order to get in front of that, and we'll just continue the conversation on refinances, but just understand that as we have this conversation, this applies to every single loan type: reverse mortgages, VA, jumbo, FHA, and then the specific consumers as well. First-time home buyers, move-up buyers, move-down buyers. They're all asking different questions because they all have different fears and they all need different reassurances through content. The more niche that you can get in the content that you produce and the authority that you put out into the marketplace through content, the better your results will be, because the more specific you are with your content, the easier it is for the AI and for Google to recommend you to that consumer and that client. Just know that if you want more than one, and let's say you want to go after VA and you want to go after refinances, same.
You're froze there, Chris.
He always gets those right poses when he freezes.
I'm good.
Oh.
Is Chris back home in Canada?
Yeah. There we
You should
are.
stay in, like, where is it? Like Mexico somewhere? It's much better connection.
Great dramatic pauses, though.
I never have internet problems in Costa Rica, and in Ontario, I cannot get a stable internet connection. How ridiculous is that? It's these darn igloos. All right. Okay. I'm back. You can hear me okay, Francis? Yeah. Okay. All right. So don't sleep on this opportunity. Chad, we'll get to your question and then we'll dive right into it.
No, I'm going to wait until after you're done. I'm just getting in line.
Okay, sweet. Awesome. Katie White, my dear friend, I have not seen you in a while. It was the last Mortgage Marketing Animals thing. Great to see you. Cool. Thanks for being here. All right. So schema, SCHEMA, schema markup. Oh, gives me a headache, but it's actually super simple now that we have artificial intelligence. So there are these two files that go on your website. Okay. Going back into like SEO circa back when I had more hair, there was this thing called robots.txt. So if you were ninja with search engine optimization, inside the files that make up your website, you created an extra file that was called robots.txt. And you uploaded it to the server that had your website on it. And inside robots.txt, you had a text file that said, my name is Matthew Peterson. Here's the location of my business. Here's my business name. Here's my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTube. Here's all of the information about me. I specialize, I'm a mortgage lender in insert in marketplace. And here's all the loan types that I specialize in. Google would index your website and put that information out there. But what it would do is it would actually download that robots.txt file. And in countless markets, we were able to outrank competitors that had more ratings and reviews and that had longer domain authorities and even more authoritative backlinks by having a really well-structured robots.txt file, because the search engine would come, download it, and just skip doing all the market research and just serve the information that was in the robots.txt file because it was easier and they understood the language that was in it. Because your robots.txt file is your schema markup. Schema markup is the language that Google gives us to say, here's how we have all this data structured internally. And if you will give it to us, we'll index it and we'll show it to more people. And so it's an agreed upon communication standard, is all it is. But Google comes to you and says, okay, if you want us to know where your website address is, put it in this box. If you want us to know where your location address is for Google Maps, put it in this box. If you want us to know your Facebook, put it in this box, your phone number. So you know how when you do a Google search and every so often you'll see a website and it'll take up like this huge chunk on the front page of Google and it'll have like their phone number. You can see their ratings and reviews right on the front page of Google, and you can see like home, about us, contact us, and it takes up this just like massive chunk of the front page of Google. That's being pulled directly from their schema markup in their robots.txt file, right? Or just schema markup on the website itself. But because Google says, oh, I know what all that information is, then it can display it in the search results because it knows what it is. If they're just scraping information from your website, it's just general information. But if you give it to it in the language that it understands and can display, which is what schema is, then you get this rich result that shows up on the front page of Google. Does that make sense? Everybody with me? Okay, so enter artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence still speaks the same language, right? But is looking for different information. So now there's a new file called llm.txt that you install on your website. So llm.txt. And what that does is it makes it so that the large language model can come to your website, download the file, and then it is able to display all the information about your business when somebody's asking about mortgages. So it's just like force feeding your way to the front page of Google inside the large language model and almost force feeding yourself as the authority for that specific loan type in large language models, which is how we're ranking on ChatGPT and Gemini and Grok and all this information. Are you with me? If this was a call filled with digital marketing agency owners and SEO agencies, chat would be on fire. Like I just gave away quite literally $1 million business model for guys that don't know how to rank inside LLMs.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome, Louis.
I just need Francis to give it to us.
Jeff goes, what's a website? My man. So Greg, what type of website is best for this? Your own company or something else? Something where you control the ability to upload these files. Like you should be able to change the code on your website. So if you have like www.companydomain.com/your name, right? That's awesome. It's great. I'm all for corporate websites, but the corporate marketing department has to be able to add to that page. If they come back to you and they say, hey, sorry, this is a template. I make a change on your page, it changes everybody else's page. You either need to push back on that marketing person and get them to custom code you a solution on their website, or you need to get corporate to agree to allow you to run your own web presence so that you have control over the ability to do this stuff. You're to the point now where it's just like, this is not optional. We're going to get to a point where there is like artificial super intelligence, and then we are going to reach, we'll talk about that another time. There's going to be a major pivot in the marketplace, and we got a very small window to be able to put our feet on the ground and to be able to get ahead of this AI stuff. You're way early on everybody else in your market, but that does not make it less crucial for you to take action and do this stuff now. So here's what I'm going to do. And Amy, I see your hand, but let's do this part of it, and then we'll get to it. So I created a document for you, to show you that this is not just my opinion. This is directly from AI on what are the top 5 things that you need to get recommended by AI engines, right? Start with your Google Business Profile, add basic schema markup. It's like it's the number 2 suggestion from AI that's programmed to help with SEO on what you need to do in your business. So what I'm doing for you is I'm giving you this document. This quite literally gives you a roadmap for what our team does behind the scenes on our product. We charge $2,000 a month for our product. It's $24,000 a year. I believe hands down it's one of the best investments that you can make in your mortgage business, short of picking up the phone and actually calling people. But like, if you want to rank on Google and you want to rank in AI, our $2,000 a month program is a phenomenal option if you can afford it and it fits into your budget. If not, take this document, do it yourself, right? Those are the 2 options. Or do nothing, and that's cool too, right? But I believe that this is foundational. So this document is for you in the chat. If you'd like to talk to us about our ranking services, somebody needs to go in here and update the booking link to Ryan's calendar. But you can just go to loanofficerbrand.com. I'll put that in the document for you. If you opt in on this page, his calendar pops up. There you go. So you can opt in there and then book on the calendar after that. Ryan is actually the gentleman who runs our entire AI department, and we're putting him on the phone for qualified people because he can have a ninja conversation with you, send you on your merry way so that you can do it on your own if you don't want to invest in the program. But ultimately, he can tell you, yes, this will work and we can rank you, or no, we can't and we can't rank you. We're not going to let you invest with us unless we confidently feel that we can actually get you a result and get you deals from doing what it is that we do. And Ryan is trained that if you can't help somebody, don't take their money. So that's how we work around here. So you can have those conversations by filling out that link. So we're going to focus here. We've done tons of training on how to optimize your Google Business Profile. If you guys want to do that again on Build It with Chris, that's great. We will. But we're going to focus on basic schema markup right here. Okay. I've added this whole section down here on what schema is and what the technical requirements are. But I'm going to show you the easy button because that was me in high school. I was like, don't sit me here for an hour. Show me the easy button and I'll do it the easy way and then go play sports. Right. So let me show you the easy button and then we'll go play sports or insert in fun thing that's better than sitting in front of a computer. All right. So I'm going to open up our good friend, ChatGPT. I'm going to say, give me a second here. I am a mortgage lender in my man, Chad. Since you're so patiently waiting at the front of the line, where are you located?
Lakeville, Minnesota.
Lakeville?
Yep.
Sweet. Sounds like a nice place. Don't worry, it'll figure it out. What's your website, Chad?
ChadKruger.com.
Best domain name ever.
That was part of my question, actually.
Awesome. Chad, what's like the main type of mortgage that you like to process?
I I guess conventional. I mean, move up buyers, conventional buyers. I mean, I obviously we do everything, but we like move up buyers better. They're typically easier.
Okay, cool. My Google business page is, just give me one second.
Let's see. You want me to go find it real quick and post it?
I got you.
All right.
I want to give feedback to the Canadian ISPs.
No, I'm not the Nickelback guy that always pulls up. Yeah, there he is.
So you're technically ranked as loan originator?
Probably mortgage broker.
Yeah, beauty. Okay.
No, that one's not me.
Okay. Not beauty.
No.
I'm very easy if you want to find me. Sorry, Jack.
That's okay. Just put MN behind the broker. The initials. Yeah, there you go.
Lue, you're the best.
There it is.
There it is. Okay, sweet. All right. So I'm going to click on share. I'm going to grab the link to your Google business profile, and I'm going to give that to ChatGPT. Now, ultimately, you actually want to redo this prompt inside your ChatGPT, because remember, the value in training the LLM is who you are. You want to produce this content inside your LLM so that it learns about you. It learns that you're learning the stuff. When it creates it inside the LLM and then you put it into production, we believe that there's also a link that happens between there. So don't just let me produce this for you.
Yeah.
Redo this inside your ChatGPT account.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm also going to go through here and I'm going to put my socials in: Facebook, Instagram, insert in other places where online ratings and reviews are. If you have a Yelp profile, it's very important to put your Yelp profile in here.
Okay.
As we reverse engineer where ChatGPT is getting its recommendations from, it's citing Yelp pages. It's not citing Google business pages. Mm-hmm. Even though we know they're accessing Google business pages, it's not what's showing up in their breadcrumbs of where they get their data from, right? So I'm a mortgage lender in Lakeville, Minnesota. This is my website. Act as an online ranking and LLM specialist. Create me a custom schema markup for my mortgage business. I focus on conventional loans and move up buyers. My phone number is
612-382-8792.
8792. When you create the schema, pick the best format for my local business, and then create me my LLM.txt file for my site. Sometimes feels like we don't speak English on this course, class, group, meeting, mastermind. What is Build It with Chris? I don't even know, but I know it's
an adventure.
It's an adventure. That is absolutely true. All right,
Chris.
cool.
if we've put our Google business page and these things in the Chat GPT, it already knows it. Do we need to put it in again, or is it redundant?
You have to put it in again.
Okay, thank you.
I'm finding that it's picky on what it remembers, which is weird. But anytime I need something in a prompt, I'll always re-put it into the prompt itself. All right, awesome. Here's a clean, search-friendly setup you can drop into your site. I picked financial services, local businesses, the most accurate schema.org type for a mortgage lender, and built in your focus on conventional loans and move-up buyers. So schema.org is like the agreed upon format that Google has given us, essentially, on like, this is how we're going to structure data. And if you follow this data structure, you get bonus points, and then we can show all this information in the search results. So here's your name, alternate name, URL, image, telephone number, email address, price range is null, street address, Bloomington, postal code, US. This can now show a map placement. The other thing about this is, you know how when I did your name, that other guy's Google business profile popped up on the right-hand side? It's very likely that once you index this and you put this you put this text file on your site and it gets pushed into the LLM, you'll probably flip Google business profiles with that other Chad Kruger guy.
Oh, that's too bad.
And you'll start showing up. And so we've got all this information, areas served, knows about conventional loans, move-up buyers, purchase mortgages, refinance, rate and term refinance, cash out refinance, and jumbo conventional. So these are all the loan types and categories that it's now indexing you for in the background within Google. So think of these as like groupings of keywords that you now have the opportunity to rank for on your website, because it knows the general topic within this file that's been created. So what I would do with this is I would say, and I'm not going to do this right now just because the time limit, but nailed it. Like absolutely nailed it. You can just copy and paste that, go copy and paste that onto the header text of your website. That will populate across every single page on your website. And now you're good to go, and you've outdone 95% of the websites out there that you're competing against, likely. Even the ones that have these big corporate marketing departments behind them, I see this very rarely in the actual structure. There is a specific schema markup that will show your 5-star ratings and reviews. Like if you've ever done a search for like running shoes or whatever, and you can actually see like the shoe comes up and it shows the 5-star ratings and reviews from like Facebook and Google and that sort of thing. So I would go on here and I would say, update my schema market, keep it the same, but add so that my reviews will show up on the front page of Google. And it will be smart enough to go grab that other snippet of schema code for ratings and reviews, add it to this one, and then deliver it back to you. Okay. So you can literally copy that code, send it to your web development team, and be like, add my schema markup to my website, please.
So random question. So my the chadkruger.com, that just points to my company website. Can I do that on my chadkruger.com, or does my company have to do it behind the scenes?
Your company has to do it behind the scenes, because it's always going to pull the information from where the site is housed. So like, even if you index your own domain, it will still land on wherever it's going to actually have the site and the data.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Hey, Chris, I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the site that you taught us like a few months ago to see where your rankings are?
Local Falcon.
That's okay.
Yeah. There's another one out there called SEMrush. So semrush.com. You get one free like website analysis when you go to the homepage, and it'll do like a deep dive on your site. Also, Lue, if you book with our team, they'll literally run all these tools on your site as part of the like, hey, can we help you type analysis. if you get Jennifer on the phone, she can't do like the super deep analysis, but she can tell whether or not she can help you. But she can also take it to the team, and the team can do the analysis, and we'll send it back to you.
Thank you. Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. And this is also great information for you to share with your realtors. You know what I mean? Like, even if you get the file and be like, dude, you need to go to ChatGPT and do a little bit of a deep dive on this stuff. It's once you open their minds to it, you're seen as very valuable within being able to provide value. Okay. So now what we've got is our LLM.txt file. So what you do is you copy this code, you go into the notes tool on your laptop or your computer. So just open up notes, paste this into notes, hit file, save as .txt. Go to wherever your website is hosted and just upload the file to your website. That's it. That's my ninja. And we just internet ninja'd some local rankings, knowing that I'm just here building the foundation of your site so that all the work that I show you how to do inside the AI, all the work that we do on backlinks, press releases, all of this stuff that we've gone through before, this is foundational to everything that we do. Because at the end of the day, no matter what information you put out there, it's always looking for website, grabbing the website, accessing the website, and checking the structure of your site. And if your site's garbage, all of that other stuff has to work 10 times harder to achieve the result if you don't have the foundation underneath it, right? So although it might seem like a bunch of computer code, super valuable. And when you get the first pre-done application from AI recommending your business, or the first phone call from somebody who finds you on Google and says, hey, I saw your reviews on Google, I'd like to submit a mortgage application, knowing that you only ever have to do this work once makes it worth it, right? Okay, let's open it up for Q&A, and then we'll wrap up for today. But useful, helpful? Awesome. Okay, cool. Amy, did you get your podcast? Any feedback from the real estate agent on the podcast?
She's in Europe.
Oh, right on.
So she's on vacation. So not yet, but I'm waiting until she gets back, and I'm going to call her.
That's awesome.
So to be determined.
Awesome.
Okay. So first of all, I want to tell you, I was a member of the SEO program for 12 months, and I'm just now seeing the fruits of my investment. And yesterday, I too got a random that applied for a loan. He uploaded all his documents. I could see it coming through. And I was like, I'm emailing my loan partner. I'm like, you might want to jump on this. He just uploaded all of his documents and pulled his own credit. Anyway, this came from Google. So when I met with him, I was like, how did you find me? And he acted like it was normal. He's all, online, of course. But 780 FICO score, makes $200,000 a year, wants to buy the house that he's renting for $600,000.
Nice.
Wow.
So yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, okay. My question is, do you think that it is worth it to move a GoDaddy website builder website over to a WordPress website?
How long has the site been up?
Since 2019.
Yeah, I would probably just keep it where it's at. Have you done any like real, is this the site that we worked on?
Yes.
Don't touch it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because everything that you've got there, it's like changing a painting. You know what I mean? Like, it'll never truly be. But those GoDaddy sites, they now have AI within GoDaddy And what you can do with those sites now is amazing as far as like the graphics design and how it looks. And we've already gone through and structured the back end of everything. So the stuff that you don't see is all structured perfectly. GoDaddy gives us access to do all that stuff, and that's all done for you. So you're good to go.
Okay, but what if so I do lots of blog content, and what if I did just my blog on a WordPress and then pointed it to my blog so that I could have all the schema on my blogs?
Oh, you can do all that inside GoDaddy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not easy like Frank was talking about on Breakfast Club, where you just paste it into the schema section.
I know.
But that code that I just showed you,
Yes.
the box at the top that says header,
Yes.
just paste it in there.
Okay. Cool. Thank you very much.
Nerd on call. All right, my man Dave.
Amy, that was a great question, and thank you again, Chris, for all you've done. I too have a GoDaddy personal website that I started about a year. It was in January of 24.
Okay.
And so I can't wait to incorporate this. So thank you very much, because I'm like 9 weeks, also just sub thought here, 9 weeks into my weekly newsletter, and I've got those as weekly blogs, and I just want to be able to just use all of that and add it to what we discussed today on this call.
That's so funny, because I've got a guy in London, Ontario, which isn't a huge market, but became a super competitive market over the last 4 or 5 years. And I've got a dear friend of mine, Mel, who's like, should be retired, but his phone rings, so he keeps answering it. He's like that. But him and I started blogging. I got him started on blogging at like a live event that I did, and he was on our SEO program for maybe a year or two, and then was just like, hey man, I'm good, I know how to do all this. He just kept blogging once a week for years. And there are guys in London, Ontario that have dumped boatloads of money into SEO trying to outrank this guy, and they can't do it. He's just a machine. Just once a week, publishes his blog, puts it out there, and it prints money for him. It's awesome.
So if I understand this right, then by doing this llm.txt file, put that in the header, that will affect everything that is contained in the website then?
So great question. So the llm.txt is it's separate, it's something different, and that's just a file that you upload.
Okay.
Right? It finds the file and takes all the information. The schema markup
which you guided us through.
That's right. The schema markup is what goes in the header section of the site.
Okay. Got it. And that's what you did, the copy it, put in the notes section. And then what was the next step after it goes into notes? So
notes, it's save as.
Okay.
And then llm.txt.
Okay. That's where you do the save as, and then you can take that and put that into the website header.
Yep.
Great. And, thank you.
No problem. And I did this week's content so that we can upload it on YouTube, so you can go back and rewatch it.
Perfect.
Awesome. Right
Thank
on.
you, Chris.
Hey, my man. Good to see you. And okay, Chad, and then Adam, and then we're going to roll.
So when you say upload that LLM TXT file, are you saying like upload it like a picture almost so it reads it?
No, it doesn't even need to do that. You upload it as a file in the directory that your website is on. So like literally you can just go in, hit files, hit add file, and save.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then would we want to do that on our Google My Business page too, that LLM TXT file? Would it read that at all? No. Okay.
No, just your website.
Thank you.
Yeah. But the weekly posting or the bi-weekly posting on your Google Business profile page, and answering the Q&A, like going to Google, finding the most frequently asked question, asking that question to your business page, posting the answer, and then posting about it on the business page. That stuff is wild for ranking for loan specific keywords. So like asking questions about move up buyers, or specific products, VA, whatever it is, like that works. And then supporting it with blog content, which is like once a week, loan specific product, pick a different product every week and just like do a weekly focus on your content. It again, this stuff doesn't take much in a local marketplace. What it takes is discipline and consistency. Every Friday, being on there, getting the content out. First time you do it, it's going to take you an hour and it's going to be super frustrating. And then all of a sudden it'll be 4 weeks later and you're just sipping coffee, clicking your mouse, going like, oh, I do internets. This is great. Yeah. And just like it becomes a whole lot easier and it's a lot faster. So just stay in the flow, and it's the consistency that wins, not necessarily the ninja stuff. Great
Just
question.
had something.
Yeah.
So going back to that question that you just had, so I know you sent us a worksheet a while back ago, all those different prompts.
Mhm.
So I've been using those prompts in the same one, meaning like if I select VA,
Yeah.
I just have one VA all the way through every prompt 1, prompt 2, prompt 3, all in the same one's VA. Is that the right way, or is I supposed to make separate?
No.
Like, so okay, I just want to make sure because I thought I did that wrong. And
No, totally cool. And one thing that also I'm learning about AI is like, as long as the information is there, it's good. The organization matters less because it does all the organization itself in the background anyway. So whether it's pulling it from one file or 5 different files, as long as it has the information, it doesn't really matter to the LLM. Cool. My man, Adam.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Oh man, I couldn't be any better. I'm still a little confused on how to upload this, but let me ask you this. I have a WordPress site. I'm pretty used to sort of playing with it.
Yep.
Can I just chat GPT how to upload this into my WordPress site and probably figure it out from there?
100%. And one of the things that I've been doing is I just open up ChatGPT, put the voice mode on. So voice mode is in the background. And then I just like get to the point where I got a question and I just like ask the question and this magical voice just fills my office. And it's like, well, here's how you fix that problem. Like half the time I forget that I have it on. And but it's always there to answer the question. I had to do my Chinese visa application a couple of days ago, and it literally like started speaking Chinese to me, and I was like, no, you say English, but help me figure out the Chinese, and it got me through. So,
all right, I'll do that. That's pretty easy. And then, is there a such thing as too many blogs per week? Because I do quite a bit of content.
No,
I mean, a lot.
What I would do is I would take at least 2 hours of that content production time and invest it in making phone calls to qualified real estate agents.
I do both.
Then you're good to go.
Okay. Because like with ChatGPT and WordPress, like I've gotten pretty good at just like figuring out how to crank out a couple blogs pretty quickly.
There you go.
And then last but not least, you were saying something about Yelp. Is that something that we should be optimizing, like our Yelp presence, I guess? Is that something that we should be focusing on? Okay, gotcha.
Yep. We don't have enough time for the full conversation, but yes, get in on Yelp, index your profile correctly, start building out your ratings and reviews. Once you own Google first, then start moving reviews over to your Yelp profile as well.
Gotcha. Okay. That helps.
All right. And my man, Walt. And Adam, thanks for being
here. Hey, so question, vlog or blog? Which one?
So vlog. So video transcribed to text blog. That's the way to do it.
Okay.
Because even though AI can now watch the videos and index them, they're not at the point where they're actively doing it. Mm-hmm. So what I do is I use a tool called Riverside.fm. And we also have a Fathom tool. So this Zoom call, Fathom's in the background, it records it. It just punches out a transcription for us.
Right.
Take that transcription, go put it into ChatGPT. create me a blog post with an outline of the most valuable things from this content. Gotcha. It will write you out the blog content that goes underneath the video. So you have a long form video up at the top and a blog that has like the talking points of it. So people can scroll down and read the blog while the video is playing at the top.
Okay. And then lastly, just an idea on the podcast. If we can add because you have the the two people talking about whatever it is they're talking about, that property. If we can find a way to upload a scenario, the loan officer scenario into that podcast. So at the end of the podcast, here's a scenario about how you might be what your payments might look like for this. Or like, hey, stay tuned at the end of this podcast. We're going to talk about what a payment might look like. And so that's where the loan officer is being promoted about a payment, how to have payments as low as whatever, just an idea.
Yep, absolutely. So the team is working on putting a notes section into those podcasts, like the listing podcasts that we're doing. Mm-hmm. And if you put in the math that you want it to be used and the disclaimer that you would like in the content so that we're 100% sure that it's compliant, right. You just add that into the notes section and then the team will actually use that and put it into the production of the podcast.
That'd be powerful. Yeah.
Yep. And awesome. Y'all, if you have not bought a listing podcast yet, you are missing out. We've produced just over 100 of them. And it is like unbelievable what the AI is coming out with. And I'm finding that the engine that I'm using, even though I don't have any feedback loops built into it, they're getting like it's understanding hooks better on like how to pull out one feature of the property and use that as a 10-second hook at the beginning and then bring people into the episode. Like the more podcasts we build and produce with this thing, the better they're getting over time. Now the voices and the stuff is good. We've sped the voices up a little bit based on feedback. Like, hey, can you get them to talk a little bit faster? So we work that into the workflow so they're all a little bit faster. Pick a listing agent that you want a relationship with or that you have a relationship with. Go to listingpodcast.com, punch their most expensive listing in. They're $30. Order a podcast, and then send them that podcast file. Hey, what did you think? You can wait till the website's produced that goes along with it, send them the website. But I find I actually get better response from just sending the MP3, like just the podcast file to them. And then when they're like, oh, that's cool, you send them the link and be like, here it is on the website. Would love to talk to you about the different ways we can help you drive more deals. And then I immediately follow it up with the phone number. So it's like, would you like an AI answering assistant to answer all the calls on this listing? And then we produce a voice AI agent for that listing, send that over as well, knowing that the whole deal is to get them on the phone to be like, hey, who have you talked to in the last 6 months that you think should have been able to buy a home but didn't because of their lender? And how can I help you close more deals? Like, who do you know right now that I should be working with? You have to ask for the business. Monday on the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Dear friend, and I'm totally going to gap on her name because I'm 56 minutes into a live call.
Corey?
Yes, Corey. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Her number one piece of feedback and like making bank in the Canadian market right now, number one piece of feedback on what changed her business was learning to ask for the business every time she spoke to somebody. Like that's it. Just ask. So the podcasts are not designed to actually do anything, right? They're there so that you get a conversation with a top producing listing agent so that you can just ask for the business. And if you need that extra little thing to push them over the edge so that you can ask them for business again, then you use the phone number, then insert in next offer, all just to have the conversation so that you can ask for the business so that you get the first deal. And then you're off to the races. You get the first deal, do the follow-up, refer back, do the weekly status update calls. If you just do that process after you get the first referral, in like Flynn and away you go. You've won the relationship. The podcast is there just to get you the conversation. So, all right, cool. Well, y'all, that was a journey. And thank you for another wonderful Friday afternoon. time. Everybody good? Enjoyed? Yeah. If you wouldn't mind, some positive feedback on social media. If you ever get the opportunity to go into the Loan Officer Breakfast Club and be like, dude, I just got off Build It with Chris. It was amazing. If you're missing this on Fridays, check it out. Or even if you just have people in your organization that you feel would benefit from something like this or the Loan Officer CRM, who do you know that would benefit from the Loan Officer CRM? Boy, wouldn't we appreciate your referrals. Can't tell you to just ask and then not ask, right? So,
hey, Chris, do you do other industries too? Like just insurance or?
We have dabbled in real estate and insurance, and we do have workflows that are specific to them, but we don't do any advertising. We only accept referrals. So it's like, you got a real estate agent, we have a CRM for them. Insurance, we have a CRM for them, but only by referral.
Okay.
Thank you, Chad. So in your organization, if you know somebody that would benefit from the CRM, we sure would love your referrals. Francis is here to collect those names from you. So if you have somebody that you can send over to us, it's francis@connectionincorporated.com, and we would love your referrals. Thanks. Final thoughts? Happy Friday. Enjoy, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye.